Okay, going up now to the third level. Today is not as hot as it's been, but it feels like the air conditioning is able to keep up with the temperature, which is not common. So this must have a couple zones for the air conditioning. This top floor bathroom is shared between also three bedrooms. So possibly people use the second floor as like a suite for their bedroom, their big bathroom, a family room. And then this floor was used for other purposes, either kids' rooms or offices and guest rooms. So here's the third bedroom. It's a lot of little loose electrical stuff going on here. This is probably where they had all their cat cabling and whatnot. Okay. Closet here is that was one bedroom. This is the second one with a interestingly placed along the curb radiator. Also replaced windows here. These have to be meet the historical standards because there is a Mount Pleasant Historical Society. So those are the most expensive windows to replace. The back windows are expensive, but they typically do not have to meet the Historical Society requirements, and so that is good that the front ones have been replaced. Now here, it looks like this back window has been replaced. This is the third bedroom. There's a missing plate there. You can see there's some old wiring behind it, and then some new outlets here when they updated the electrical. Okay. Oh, it looks like there's the air conditioning unit here for the upper floor. That's going to be really important. Okay, let's go down to the basement. Oh, I don't know if I showed you the hall closet. If I did, here's another peek. Oh yeah, okay, great. Skylight up in this bathroom. And that is the return for the AC unit on this level, that feeds this level. Okay. It's a little dark on this main floor because of the dark trim and the limited exposure, which is probably north and south. I gotta double check that. Here we go. Through the hallway to the other hallway down into the basement. Okay, so the basement is unfinished. And the ceiling height here is pretty low. I'm 5'2", I can touch this. My estimate that is maybe like 5'8" here, maybe 6 feet, maybe. These pipes lower the ceiling a little bit here. So this is really just for utility and storage, unless you dig it out, which is costly. Doable, but costly. It requires underpinning of the side walls, of the shared walls, so it's quite an endeavor. The good news is this property there's an old lead line right there that's been abandoned, and the new copper line has been brought in. So that's been a big expensive upgrade that has been completed, as well as the electric. This electric was done, let's see, it says 75, let's see, but it has 200 amps of power. You can see it's a small box for 200 amps. So they put in a sub panel, which allows more circuits, but I bet this is as much as can fit. And but it is upgraded to a typical 200 amp standard. And you can see the wiring is new coming out, newer. All right. This is the main steel structural beam for the house. And that, so under this is probably only 5'6", 5'5". Okay, this is the on-demand boiler heating system. It looks a little dated, but it was cutting edge at the time it was put in by a very good company. This is how it's venting out. It has a pump to vent it out, to push out the carbon monoxide. And this is the air intake into the unit, so it's self-contained, which is very high-end and great. The newer systems like this cost a lot to put in to replace it. I think the last one was like, we heard it was $15,000 if the system's already in place. And all the foil is probably someone's idea of insulating it. It works. It's okay. So this is the gas line, just FYI, going through to the kitchen. And then the laundry is down here. So if you're very tall, you will probably have to feel claustrophobic when doing laundry. Here's a little storage utility. I'm looking to see if there's any wetness here, because remember the land outside was sloping towards this, but it doesn't feel wet. This does have a toilet down here. So it feels like we're in a farmhouse. So if you're gonna wash your hands afterwards, it's gonna be in this sink. Dehumidifier, sign that it needs dehumidification. Not surprised, most basements do. And I'm sorry to say this might be the grand finale of our video. So I'll go back upstairs so we don't have to end on this. Oh, there is an old rotary phone that does not work, but kind of cool. Okay, here we go. And you'll get to meet the listing agent. There he is. Hi, Donnell.
Hi.